Hi students, welcome to DS Economics channel. Today we are going to discuss January 2024 Kerala State Eligibility Test Economics Previous Year question. This is your part number 1. In this part we are going to discuss from question number 1 to 40. So those who come for the first time, please subscribe to this channel, and those who do not watch the previous year videos, they can watch in the playlist. I have given the link of the playlist in the description box so that you can watch all the previous part of this video. So let's start the video. So today's first question is match list 1 and list 2 based on the horizontal devolution criteria in 15th Finance Commission. According to 15th Finance Commission, what is the percentage of population, demography, performance, forest and ecology, tax and fiscal effort? So here first is population. Population given the weightage of 15%. Population is 15% according to 15th Finance Commission. 15th Finance Commission time period is 2021 to 25, 21, 22 to 25, 26, means 21 to 25, 6 time period. So first population given weightage to 15%. Then second one is demographic performance. Demographic performance given weightage 12.5%. Demographic performance 12.5%. Then forest and ecology. Forest and ecology 10%. Then tax and fiscal efforts. Tax and fiscal effort 2.5%. So here A to B1, A to B1, C for D3. Option number B is correct. Then other also we can include income distance. Income distance given the percentage of income distance highest 45%. Then area given the weightage of 15% area. Then forest ecology, demographic performance, tax and fiscal effort. So these are the different percentage or horizontal devolution of 15th Finance Commission. So here option B is right. Then question number 2. Question number 2 is a situation where the demand for a certain good by individuals of a higher income level is inversely related to its demand by those of a lower income level described as snob effect, bandwagon, Veblen or real balance. So it is called as snob effect. You know, snob effect means snob effect. It refers to a situation where the demand for a good by individuals or higher income levels decreases as the good becomes more popular. When the good becomes more popular, its demand decreases or more widely purchased by those of the lower income groups, then its demand decreases. So it is driven by a desire to stand out or avoid what is seen as a common consumption. So here snob means the purchase of something rare paintings. Here the consumer or the person wants to be unique. So it is called as snob effect. So when a certain good by individuals of a higher income level is inversely related to its demand by those of a lower income level. And other options are bandwagon effect. Bandwagon means it refers to the increase in demand for a good or as more people buy it. When more people buy it, we also buy it. So it is driven by the desire to fit in. So bandwagon means it is otherwise called as demonstration effect. So other people buy, we also buy. Then other option is Veblen effect. Veblen means luxurious item. It occurs when the demand for a good increases yet its price increases because the good serves as a status symbol, like iPhone or luxurious item. So when price of that good increases, then demand also increases in case of Veblen good. Then other option is real balance effect. It is not related with this. The real balance effect, it describes the impact of change in the real value of the money balances on consumption. So this is not related with this concept. So here snob effect is the right answer. Then come to question number 3. Accession and region based question. Accession is isoquant curve of Cobb-Douglas production function are convex to the origin. So Cobb-Douglas production isoquant of CD production function is convex to the origin. Yes, it is correct, because isoquant curve of a Cobb-Douglas production function are convex to the origin, reflecting it diminishing marginal rate of technical substitution between inputs. Diminishing marginal rate of technical substitution between inputs. So it is convex to origin. When one increase, other decrease. So it is correct. Assertion is correct. Then reason. Reason is unit elasticity of factor substitution. Unit mean one, means same. Elasticity of factor substitution in Cobb-Douglas production function lies in between infinite substitution elasticity in case of perfect substitute factors, infinite, then zero substitution elasticity between two perfect complementary factors. In perfect complementary factors there is no substitutability. Yes, zero substitutability. And in perfect substitute case the substitution is infinite. Yes, both are true. So reason is also correct here. So reason is also correct, because Cobb-Douglas production function has unit elasticity of substitution. Unit elasticity of substitution means that the rate at which one input substitutes for another is constant along an isoquant. So this unit elasticity lies between the two extreme case. One is infinite elasticity in case of perfect substitute case, and other is zero elasticity in perfect complement case. So reason is correct. Assertion and reason both are correct. So both assertion and reason are correct, and reason is the correct explanation of A. So here option C is right. Then come to question number 4. Friedman's theory of demand for money summarizes the following except. First one is Friedman's considered three rates of interest. Yes, namely RM, RB and RE, which determine the demand for money. So Friedman's considered three rate of interest. One is RM, another is RB and RE. RM means the return on money, RM, return on money, and RB means the return of bonds, and RE means the return of equities, which influence the demand for money. So this is right. First one is RM means return on money, then return on bonds and return on equities. So this is right. Then second option is money kept in the form of currency and demand deposit doesn't earn any interest. Yes, this is correct, as money held in the form of currency and or demand deposits typically doesn't earn interest here. So option B is also right according to Friedman theory. Then option 3 is the higher the one on rate of interest, the higher the on rate of interest, the greater the demand for money. Yes, when on rate of interest rise, then its demand for money also rises. So this is option C is also correct, as money held in the form of currency or demand deposits typically doesn't earn interest, and option C is correct because the higher the on rate of interest on money, that is RM, the greater the demand for money, as people are incentivized to hold more of it when it earns interest. So option C is also right. Then come to option number D, as rates of return on bond RB and equities RE fall when these three are determine demand for money. If RB and RE fall, then the opportunity cost of the holding money will increase, which will reduce the demand for money holding. No, this is not reduce, it increase. So option D is incorrect, because in Friedman theory of demand for money, the opportunity cost of holding money is linked with alternative return from bond or equities. So if rates of return on this asset fall, then the opportunity cost of holding money decreases, not increases. So which would lead to higher demand for money, not lower. So here higher demand for money. So option D is incorrect here. So Friedman's theory of demand for money summarizes the following except option number D. So here according to question, right option is option number D. Then question number 5th, choose the incorrect RBI rates as on August 2023 from the following. So here according to recent data, October 2014, 2024, October 2024, the repo rate is same 6.50%. Then reverse repo rate is now it decreases 3.35%. Reverse repo rate according to October 2024 data, it is 3.35%. Then bank rate is also changes 6.75%. Now bank rate is 6.75%. And MSF, marginal standing facility rate, it is 6.75. So here repo rate is same according to October 2024 data, and marginal standing facility is also same, but changes in reverse repo rate, that is 3.35%, and bank rate is equal to 6.75%. So just remember recent data, reverse repo rate 3.35%, bank rate is 6.75%. Then question number 6, which among the following condition do not increase the money multiplier in an economy? Which do not increase the money multiplier in an economy? So first option is increase in the banking habit of the people. If banking habit of the people, then money multiplier increases, because this increase the money multiplier as more people deposit their money in banks, then banks have more funds to lend, which can increase the money supply through the money creation process or credit creation process. So this is right, increase in the banking habit of the people, then it increase money multiplier. So question asks for do not increase money multiplier, it increase money multiplier. Then increase in the population of the country. When population of the country increases, this alone does not directly impact the money multiplier, while a large population may lead to more banking activities in the long run. So it doesn't automatically increase the money supply or the efficiency of money creation, but large population may affect money multiplier. Then increase in the cash reserve ratio in the bank. Increase in the cash reserve ratio in the bank. No, if cash reserve ratio increases, then money multiplier decreases. So here right option is option number C. This is not happened, this is not happened, so option 4 is not correct. C, increase in cash reserve ratio in banks, when it happened, then what happened, this decreases the money multiplier. Here money multiplier decreases when cash reserve ratio increases, then money multiplier of the bank decreases. As a higher cash reserve ratio means that banks must hold a larger portion of the deposits as reserve, so reducing the amount available for lending and thus lowering the money multiplier. So it do not increase the money multiplier. Then option 4, increase in the statutory liquidity ratio in banks, SLR, statutory liquidity ratio, this also decrease the money multiplier, as higher SLR means that banks must hold a larger portion of their deposits in the form of specific liquid asset, reducing their ability to create loans, which lowers the money multiplier. But here most accurate answer is option number 3, and so option number 3 in the option number 2, 3, 4, either 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 is not correct here. So we may include 2, 3, 4 here. 2, 3 and 4. These are do not increase the money multiplier process, but increase in banking habit of the people, this only can increase the money multiplier, but other options directly not increase the money multiplier. So we can take option number 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4 in the option number C. So here right option is option number C. Then question number 7, India ranked at dash position having a score of dash in the Human Development Report 2022. According to 2022, India's rank was 132 and its score was 0.633 according to 2022. But if we take 2024 data, so HDI report, India ranked 134th 134th position, and HDI score is 0.644. According to 2024, just remember, according to 2024, our position is 134th and score is 0.644. 0.644. 134 position and score is 0.644. Then come to question number 8. Identify the correct statements according to the H theory of money supply. According to H, high powered money supply, what are the correct statement? First is, higher the supply of high powered money, the higher the money supply. If supply of high powered money is higher, then money supply also higher. This is correct because high powered money, also called as monetary base or reserve money, it includes currency in circulation and reserve held by the banks. So when the supply of high powered money increases, it provides the basis for banks to create more loans, thereby increasing the overall money supply. So option 1 is correct. Then option 2, lower the currency ratio and reserve ratio. When currency ratio and reserve ratio lower, then the higher the money supply. Yes, this is right. So a lower currency ratio means people hold less cash relative to deposits, so it allowing banks to lend more. So a lower reserve ratio means banks are required to hold fewer reserve against deposits, so it allowing them to lend more, so thus increasing the money supply. So option 1 and 2 both are true. Then higher the excess reserve ratio, the higher the money supply. No, this is inversely related, not directly related. So a higher excess reserve means banks are holding more reserve than required and not lending out as much as they could. So this reduce the money creation process, lowering the money supply. So option 3 is incorrect here. Only 1 and 2 are true. So option number A is right. Only 1 and 2. Then question number 9. Properties of binomial distribution include. Binomial distribution properties. First one is, binomial distribution is applicable when the trials are independent and each trial has just two outcomes, success or failure. Yes, independent and two outcomes, success and failure in binomial distribution. This is true because the binomial distribution model, the number of success in a fixed number of independent trials, which each trial having two possible outcomes, either success or failure. So this is right. Then option number 2, binomial distribution is known as biparametric distribution. Yes, this is true because the binomial distribution is described as by two parameters, that is called biparameter. The number of trials, one is number of trials, and the probability of success in each trial. Number of trials, that is n, and probability of success of each trial, that is p. So option 2 is correct. Then the mean of the binomial distribution is given by n into p, number of trials and probability of success. So this is also true because we know that the mean or we can say mu, value of mu is equal to n into p, means a mean of the binomial distribution is calculated as the product of the number of trials and the probability of success. So option C is right. Then the variance of the binomial distribution is given by sigma square is equal to n into p into q. So this is also true because the variance is given by the product of the number of trials, n is equal to number of trials, and p is equal to probability of success, and q is equal to probability of failure, means 1 minus p. So n number of trials, p probability of success, and probability of failure. So option 4 is also right. 1, 2, 3, 4 all are right according to the binomial distribution properties. So option D is right here. Then come to question number 10. Power of a hypothesis test means the probability of committing a type 1 error, not committing a type 1 error, committing a type 2 error, or not committing a type 2 error. Question is, power of a hypothesis test means the probability of dash. It is the probability of not committing a type 2 error, not committing a type 2 error, because the power of hypothesis test is defined as the probability of correctly rejecting the null hypothesis, when it is false. So this is equivalent to the probability of not committing a type 2 error. Type 2 error means which occurs when the test fails to reject a false null hypothesis. So therefore, the higher the power of a test, the more likely it is to detect an effect when it is 1. So here power of hypothesis test means the probability of not committing a type 2 error. So option D is correct here. Then question number 11, in balance budget multiplier. In balance budget multiplier, what do we find? Tax multiplier is equal to the government expenditure multiplier, or tax multiplier is greater than government expenditure multiplier, or tax multiplier is smaller than government expenditure multiplier. Yes, this is right. So some may choose option number 1, means tax multiplier is equal to government expenditure multiplier, but this is not correct according to budget multiplier. The correct option is tax multiplier is smaller than to government expenditure multiplier. Means the government expenditure multiplier, it measures the change in national income resulting from a change in government spending, so it is generally greater than 1. The government expenditure multiplier, it is generally greater than 1. Then the tax multiplier measures what? It measures the change in national income resulting from a change in taxes, so it is generally less than the government expenditure multiplier, because part of the tax reduction might be saved rather than spent, so it is generally less than the government expenditure multiplier. So in a balanced budget scenario, if we look upon from the balanced budget multiplier, then if the government increases spending by a certain amount and raises taxes by same amount, then the overall impact on income will be less than that of an equivalence increase in government spending alone. So the tax multiplier is indeed smaller than the government expenditure multiplier. So here tax multiplier should be smaller than government expenditure multiplier in case of balanced budget multiplier. So here option C is right. Then question number 12, identify the correct statements related to natural rate of unemployment, NRU, natural rate of employment. So first option is, the natural rate of unemployment is a concept that was developed by economist Milton Friedman and Edmund Phillips in the late 1960s. Yes, natural rate of unemployment concept given by Milton Friedman and Edmund Phillips in 1960s. This statement is correct because Friedman and Phillips introduced the concept of describe the level of unemployment that persists in an economy due to frictional and structural factors not influenced by cyclical unemployment. So this is true. Then option number 2, natural rate of unemployment is the rate at which in the labor market the current number of unemployed is greater than the number of jobs available. No, this statement is incorrect because the natural rate of unemployment doesn't imply that the number of unemployed exceed the number of available jobs. Instead, it refers to the equilibrium rate of unemployment that exists when the economy is at full employment, where frictional and structural unemployment are present but cyclical unemployment is absent. So here option 2 is incorrect, only 1 is true. So 12 number right answer is option number A. Then come to question number 13. According to Kalicki's assumption of non-vertically integrated industry. So according to non-vertically integrated industry, what happened? First one is labor cost are only of the directly productive labor workers minus the overhead. Yes, this is correct because in a non-vertically integrated industry, labor cost focus on the cost associated with directly productive labor, excluding overhead cost that are not directly tied to production. So here option A is right. Then option B, output rises for both the labor and the raw materials such that MC is equal to AC. Yes, this is correct because in the context of increasing output, the MC means marginal cost is equal to the average cost, typically indicating that the firm is operating at an efficient scale where it is neither making a loss nor experiencing diminishing return. So option B is also right. Then option C, the degree of monopoly is equal to P minus MC by P. This is also correct because this formula describes the degree of monopoly power of a firm that is in the setting prices above marginal cost. So P minus MC by P, price minus marginal cost by price. So option C is also right. So according to Kalicki's assumption, non-vertically integrated industry, all of these above are true. Option D. Then come to question number 14. Identify the correct statements related to the theory of second best. So according to theory of second best, what are the correct statement? First one is 𝙁𝙍𝙀𝙀 and Kelvin Lancaster were best known for their joint work of second best theory, which was published in 1956. Yes, theory of second best published in 1956 and jointly worked upon it 𝙁𝙍𝙀 and Kelvin Lancaster. So option A 1 is correct. Option 2, whenever there is market failure, the second best theory says it is always possible to design a government policy that would increase economic welfare. When market failure exists, then government expenditure should there to increase economic welfare. So option B is also right, because we know that when there is market failure, then government policy should design to increase economic welfare. So both 1 and 2 are correct according to the theory of second best. So option C is right here. Then come to question number 15. The commercial banks in India are governed by Indian Companies Act, Indian Banking Regulation Act, Reserve Bank of India, Security Exchange Board of India. So commercial banks in India is governed by Indian Banking Regulation Act 1949. So option B is right here. The commercial banks in India are governed by Indian Banking Regulation Act, which came in 1949. Then come to question number 16. Revenue deficit let it state level question kellas. Then question number 17. Identify the correct statement related to endogenous growth theory. So according to the statement, what are the correct statement related to endogenous growth theory? So first one is endogenous growth theory proposes that economic growth occurs due to internal factors like human capital, innovation, knowledge. Yes, economic growth occurs due to these factors like human capital, innovation, knowledge. So option 1 is correct. Then option 2, Sahoo developed endogenous growth theory using the same basic framework as neoclassical theory. Sahoo's theory is also same as neoclassical theory. No, this is incorrect, because Sahoo model is a neoclassical growth model that doesn't account for the internal factors emphasized in endogenous growth theory. Endogenous growth theory was developed as a response to the limiting of the Sahoo model, particularly in explaining sustained long-term growth. So option 2 is incorrect. Then 3. Based on the endogenous theory, growth models were formulated by 𝙁𝙍𝙀𝙀, Lucas, Romer. Yes, based on the endogenous theory, growth models are formulated by Kelvin, 𝙁𝙍𝙀, Lucas, Romer. So option 3 is also right. 1 and 3. So option B is right here. Then question number 18. Industrial Policy 1991 exhibit which of the following features? Industrial Policy Resolution 1991. First one is industrial delicensing. Yes, this is right. Deregulation of the industrial sector. Yes, this is also right. Then public sector policy or de-reservation and reform to public sector industries, enterprises, public sector enterprises. This is also right. Then establishment of MRTP Act, monopolistic trade practices. No, this is not a features according to industrial policy 1991. So option 4 is incorrect here. 1, 2 and 3 are the features of new industrial policy 1991. So option 1, 2, 3. Option A is right here. The MRTP Act came in 1969, Monopoly Restrictive Trade Practices Act. So this is not related with industrial policy. So 1, 2, 3 are correct. Option number A. Then come to question number 19. In India, 100% FDI cap is permitted in 100% FDI permitted in which sector? petroleum and natural gas, yes, this given the 100% FDI. Then industrial parks, yes. Satellite establishment and operation, yes. So here all of these options are correct. So all of these option given 100% FDI cap is permitted to all of these options. So option D is right here. Then question number 20. Question is, identify the assumptions of hexagonal model. What are the assumptions of HO model? First is, countries have similar production technology. Yes, both countries have similar production technology. Then two countries have different relative factor endowments. Yes, this is another assumption of hexagonal model. Then factor intensities may vary. Yes, factor intensity may vary in different countries. Similar to the above, goods are classified as capital intensive or labor intensive or land intensive based on relative factor intensity. Yes, so goods are classified as either capital intensive or labor intensive or land intensive. So this is also right. And fourth one is, there is free entry and free exit of firms in the market in response to profit. Yes, this is also right, free entry and exit. Then there are different rate of tariff to impose trade restrictions between the two countries. No, there is not necessarily different rates of tariff for the countries. So option 5 is incorrect, because there are the hexagonal model typically assumes no trade barriers such as tariffs. So it focuses on the effects of factor endowments rather than trade policies. So it affects on factor endowments rather than trade policies. So option 5 is incorrect here. 1, 2, 3, 4 are correct. So option A is right here. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then question number 21. Which among the following is not a fact or features of phase 1 of the fee readiness model? Which is not a feature of fee readiness model? So first one is, the marginal productivity of labor is 0. Yes, according to fee readiness, marginal productivity of labor is 0. This phase is similar to the Lewis model. Yes, this is also right. Then the elasticity of agricultural labor workforce is infinite. Yes, and as a result, it suffer from disguised unemployment. So supply is higher than the demand. So here wages become low, or we can say it suffer disguised unemployment. So more workers are engaged in the particular work. So option A, B, C all are true. Then option number D, agricultural surplus may exist as an increasing average product higher than the marginal product and not equal to the subsistence level of wages. So according to question number 21, this is not correct. So option D is not a fact of fee readiness model. So option D is right here. Then question number 22, if growth rate of population is equal to the growth rate of capital, there will be full employment of both labor and capital in the economy. Yes, so Mrs. Joan Robinson called this is called as golden age, or what? So this is called as golden age of capital accumulation. So option A is right here. Then question number 23, an event in the economy that persists even after the factors that led to that event may have been removed or otherwise run their course is called misery index, Barrow-Ricardian equivalence, signiorage, or hysteresis. So it is called as hysteresis. Option number D, 23, option number D is right, hysteresis. Then question number 24, choose the incorrect statement related to Okun's law. Related to Okun's law, what are the incorrect statement? First one is, Okun's law was postulated by Arthur Okun in early 1960s. Yes, this is right. Then Okun's law looks at the statistical relationship between a country's unemployment and economic growth rate. Yes, this is also right. Then Okun's law says that a country's gross domestic product, or GDP, must grow at about 1% rate for 1 year to achieve 4% reduction in the rate of unemployment. No, according to Okun's law, this statement is incorrect. So option 1 and 2 both are correct according to the question. So question asks for what? Choose the incorrect statement. So only option number 3 is incorrect. Here only option number 3 is incorrect. So option B is right here. Then come to question number 25. 25. Identify the correct statement related to travel cost method. So according to travel cost method, what are the correct statement? First one is, it is widely used to value the recreational benefit of people of public parks or other natural areas. So it is widely used to value the recreational benefits of different areas. So option A is right. Then it is a widely used direct market approach. No, it is an indirect method, not direct method. Market approach that relies on information on time, travel cost to derive a demand curve for recreational site. No, this is not a direct market approach. This is in a indirect way. So third one is, it uses information on travel cost to generate a final demand curve for a recreational output. Yes, this is right. Then option number 4, it seeks to determine the demand for a recreational site as a function of variable. Yes, this is also true according to travel cost method. So 1, 3, 4 are true, only option 2 is incorrect. So 1, 3, 4 are correct option. Then question number 26, the 27th session of the Conference of the Paris Parties of the UNFCCC COP27 was held in. So Paris Conference of UNFCCC. UNFCCC means United Nations Framework Conservation on Climate Change. United Nations Framework Conservation on climate change. So it is an international treaty aimed at addressing the global challenge of climate change. So its 27th session was held in Egypt. Option number B is right here. Then question number 27, identify the names associated with new classical macroeconomics. Names associated with new classical macroeconomics: Neil Wallis, Robert Lucas, Thomas Sargent, all of this. So according to new classical macroeconomics, all of these economists are included in new classical economics. Then question number 28, according to Keynes, what happened? The negative sloping liquidity preference curve becomes perfectly elastic at the low rate of interest. Yes, negative slope to perfect equality in the low rate of interest. So this is right. Then option number B, there is a floor interest rate below which the rate of interest cannot fall. So floor interest rate may be, we can say 2%, below which interest rate cannot be fall. So option B is also right. Then the minimum rate of interest indicates absolute liquidity preference of the people. Yes, minimum rate of interest indicate absolute liquidity preference of the people. So all of these above are true according to Keynes theory. So option number D, 28, option number D is right choice. Then question number 29. The revealed preference approach is superior to the Hickesian ordinal utility approach to the consumer behavior, because revealed preference theory approach is better than Hickesian ordinal utility theory. Why? Because option number 1 is, it provides psychological introspective information about the behavior of the consumer. No, for this reason revealed preference approach is not superior than Hickesian approach. So this is not directly related. So option number 1 is not correct. Then option 2, it is based on the assumption that the consumer always behave rationally to maximize his satisfaction from a given income. Yes, this is true. Consumer always behave rationally. Then option number 3, it permits the consumer to shift to a higher price income situation in case of rise in the price of X and vice versa. Yes, it is higher price income situation in case of rise in prices. So option number 3 is also right. Then it provides the basis for welfare economics in terms of observable behavior based on consistent choice. Yes, this is also true. So option 2, 3 and 4 are correct. So why revealed preference is better than Hickesian ordinal utility approach? So option D is right here. 29, option D is right. Then come to question number 30. Properties of the indirect utility function include. Indirect utility functions include. Indirect utility function is degree 0 homogeneous function. Yes, indirect utility function is degree 0 homogeneous function. Then it is assumed that all income is spent and the function adheres to the law of demand. Yes, this is also true. Then indirect utility function is also quasi-convex in price. Yes, indirect utility function is slightly convex to the price. So option C is also right. So all of these options are correct. Option number D. So that is right option is option number D. Then come to question number 31. Properties of CES production function include the following except. So which is not included in CES production function. Constant elasticity of substitution production function. First one is the value of elasticity of substitution depends upon the value of substitution parameter. Yes, this is right. Then the marginal products of labor and capital are always positive if we assume constant return to scale. Yes, marginal product of labor capital always positive. Then the marginal product curve are inverse U shape. No, marginal product curve are not inverse U shape. So inverse U shape means just like that. So this is not correct. So option C is incorrect. Then when the elasticity of substitution is less than the unity, the function does reach a finite maximum as one factor increases while other is held constant. So option number D, A, B, D all are right. Option C is incorrect here. So right option is option number C. Then come to question number 32. A statistical measure in a regression model that determines the proportion of variance in the dependent variable that can be explained by the independent variable is variance, coefficient of variation, coefficient of determination, or multiple regression analysis. So it is called as coefficient of determination, CD. So a statistical measure in regression model that determines the proportion of variance in the dependent variable that can be explained by the independent variable is called coefficient of determination. So 32 right option is option number C. Then question number 33. Dash can be defined as the order of the. So dash can be defined as the order of the largest non-zero minor. Largest non-zero minor. Cofactor, determinant, rank, or inverse. So that is largest non-zero minor is rank. So option C is right here. Then question number 34. In a bilateral monopoly equilibrium, ME curve represent. In a bilateral monopoly equilibrium, bilateral. So monopoly equilibrium, ME curve means marginal expenditure curve. So ME curve represent dash. Marginal cost of equivalent for the monopsonist buyer, or marginal outlay curve to the total supply curve of MC with which of the buyer is faced, or both, or neither. So monopsonist means one buyer, one seller is monopoly, one buyer is monopsonist. So here both are true according to bilateral monopoly equilibrium. ME curve, ME means marginal expenditure curve. So marginal expenditure curve, it typically refers to the marginal cost associated with the monopolist purchasing decision. So it reflects how much the monopolist must spend to purchase additional units of the goods, taking into account the effect on the price of the goods due to the monopolist on purchasing power. So marginal cost of equivalent for the monopolist buyer and marginal outlay curve of the total supply curve of MC, marginal cost with which the buyer is faced, both are represent the marginal expenditure curve. So option C is right here. Then come to question number 35. Derivative of x square into x plus 3 can be calculated using dash rule of the differentiation, power, product, quotient or chain. So these are the different rules. Power rule is just simple n into in x to the power n. Power rule is equal to n into x to the power n minus 1. So this is not used here. So derivative of in this concept, in this equation, there are two parts. First one is x square into second one is x plus 3. So first part is x square and second part is x plus 3. Middle portion is multiplied. So here we can use the multiply rule, or that is called as product rule. So u into v's derivative plus v into u's derivative. So here we use the product rule to find out the answer of this derivative. So right option is product rule. And quotient means divide rule, and chain rule is other rule, chain rule. So here we apply the product rule or multiply rule. Then question number 36, list 1 and list 2. So based on the year of establishment of the different organization, IMF full form is International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund, which was established in 1944. IMF 1944. Then SAPTA. SAPTA means South Asian Preferential Trading Agreement. South Asian Preferential Trading Agreement, which was established in 1993. Then IBRD full form is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, which was established in 1944. 1944. Sorry, so IMF was 1945. Yes, there is a small mistake. So IMF was established in 1945. SAPTA, South Asian Preferential Trading Agreement, 1993. Then IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, established in 1944. Then NAFTA means North American Free Trade Agreement, which was established in 1994. So A2, B1, C4 and D3. A2, B1, C3, C4, D3. Option number D. So IMF 1945, SAPTA 1993, IBRD 1944 and NAFTA in 1994. So option D is right choice here. Then question number 37, list 1 and list 2. Lieberstein given the concept of critical minimum effort thesis. Then Rogerstein given the concept of big push theory. Then Hirschman given the concept of unbalanced growth, Hirschman, and Lenson given the concept of low level equilibrium trap. So 37 right option is A3, B1, C4 and D2. Option number A is right here. Then come to question number 38. The relationship between quantity of emissions and the damage caused by emission is represented by marginal abatement cost, environmental externality, marginal damage function or environmental Kuznets curve. So right option is marginal damage function. 38 right option is marginal damage function. It is the relationship between quantity emission and the damage caused by the emission. So this is called as marginal damage function. Other option is marginal abatement cost. Marginal abatement means it refers to the cost of reducing emissions and doesn't directly measure the damage caused by emission. Then other option is environmental externality. This is a broader concept that refers to the cost or benefit of an activity that affect third parties or are not reflected in the market prices. It doesn't specifically define the relationship between emission and damage, so this is not correct. Then environmental Kuznets curve. This describes the relationship between economic development and environmental degradation, suggesting that pollution increases with economic growth up to a certain point, after which it decreases. So these are not related with this concept. So right option is marginal damage function, option number C. Then come to question number 39. Which among the following is not included in Caldor's stylized fact? So which is not included in Caldor's stylized fact? Option 1 is the rate of growth of output per worker is roughly constant over a long period of time. Yes, this is right according to Caldor's stylized facts. Then the growth rate of output and capital input is constant over time. Yes, this is also right. Growth rate of output constant and capital input is constant over time. Then the growth rate of capital stock is constant but less than labor. No, this is not included in Caldor's stylized fact. The growth rate of capital is constant and but less than labor. This is not correct. Then option number D, the profit rate is constant. Yes, according to Caldor's stylized fact, profit rate is constant. So option A, B and D all are included in Caldor's fact, but option C is not included here. So right option is option number C. Then come to question number 40, today's last question. Choose the incorrect statement related to the warranted growth rate. There are three growth rate in Harry-Domer model: warranted, actual and natural growth rate. So which is incorrect statement relating to warranted growth rate? First one is warranted growth rate is also known as full capacity growth rate. Yes, warranted growth rate is also known as full capacity growth rate. This is right. Then it is the growth an economy requires to maintain full employment. No, this is incorrect, because while the warranted growth rate is associated with full capacity utilization, it doesn't necessarily guarantee full employment. So it simply represents the growth rate where savings are fully absorbed by investment, maintaining a stable capital output ratio, not necessarily full employment level across the economy. So here option B is incorrect. Then it is interpreted as the rate of income growth required for full utilization of a growing stock of capital. Yes, this is right. Then option number D, it refers to that growth rate of the economy when it is working at full capacity. Yes, when it working at full capacity, it is the growth rate of the economy. When it is working in full capacity, it is called as warranted growth rate. So option D is also right. So correct statement is option A, C and D, but question asks for incorrect statement. So only option B is incorrect here. So right option is option number B according to the question. So this is all about for the today's session. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you were benefited from this video, please like the video and also comment in the comment section if you have any doubt, and also share with your friends so that all are benefited from this video. And those who come for the first time, please subscribe to this channel, and those who do not watch the previous year questions of Kerala set till now, they can watch in the playlist. So thank you all for watching. Jai Jagannath.